Shalom, this is day 53 of the war between Israel and Hamas, and it is November 28th. Here in All Israel, we're giving you the news from Channel 11, as many families in Israel are watching it from the living room. And we see the news is that 12 hostages are released, 10 Israelis and 2 foreign workers that were kidnapped as well on October 7th in the massacre. So there's Ditsa, she's 84, and Opalia Revitman, she's 77, Tamar, 78, and there's Norlin, 60 years old, Ada, 75 years old, and Merav Tal, she's 53, Rimon, she's 36, Clara, 63, Gavriela, she's 59, and Mia, she's 17 years old. These are all released. These were all released, and they're returning today to Israel. In fact, they were transferred already from Gaza from Hamas to the Red Cross, and Red Cross was through Rafah crossing past them to Israel. Here we see the Red Cross ambulances, the preparation of the Red Cross. This is with a lot of expectation. It's very sensitive. These are very sensitive moments. Very careful. We see the Red Cross is prepared to receive. And the tension of the Israeli families is very, very high, together with sadness, because many men and soldiers are still in Gaza, still held in captivity, and they're not released in these batches. And it's important to say that today is the extension of the 4-stage exchange agreement that started a few days ago, and this is the 5th day. It's extended by a day, and even tomorrow. 10 are released today, and 10 will be released tomorrow. So this is the Rafah crossing, and we see the transfer of the women to the Red Cross. It's done very carefully. These women are not young. Many of these women are elderly. And they're saying that some of these women have chronic diseases and they need medication, which they did not get steadily as they should have in captivity. So the first thing that's going to happen as they come to Israel is a medical checkup and onto the hospital for care, just to make sure everything's in place in the physical realm. And of course, the mentally and emotionally is a different area of treatment. This is Ditsa Hyman. She's 84 years old. She was kidnapped without her glasses, it says. And she's one of the forerunners of Nir Oz, where she was kidnapped from and where she lives. They said on October 7th, in the horrific massacre, her family tries to call her at 4 p.m. when the cellular system started working again, and the Hamas terrorist answered the phone. That's how her family realized she's kidnapped. All of her grandchildren and her children were part of the fight and protests of bringing back the hostages. They put extreme pressure on the government. They were part of the fight of the battle of bringing back the hostages. This is Merav Tal. She's 53 years old, from Rishon LeZion, central Israel, but she was kidnapped from Nir Oz as she was visiting there. She was kidnapped with her husband and 2 of his children, Yagil and Or Yaakov, that they were released last night. The reporter saying that these are surreal pictures, and the Gazans are taking a lot of photos, a lot of videos of them. Usually it's staged with all of the Hamas, leading them, and shouts of rage on the sides. And the specific Hamas ones who are holding them tenderly and carefully. They said this is all staged, and it's very much broadcast on the Palestinian or Islamic media. And here we see Clara Rosa Merman. She's 53, also from Nir Yitzchak. She was kidnapped from her home. She was kidnapped with her husband, her brother, her sister, and her niece. She also has a dual citizenship, an Argentinian one as well as an Israeli one. This is Yossi Schneider. He's Kfir Bibas's uncle. He's Shira's brother. Shira is the mother that was kidnapped together with her 2 children and her husband to Gaza. But his family is not yet released. Kfir, the 10-month-old baby, is still in Gaza with his family. But he says, each time I see photos and moments of hostages released, my broken heart that broke on October 7th is slowly healing a little bit, bit by bit. He says, we were anticipating every day for the list of hostages released. Yossi says, why did the terrorists have to take these children? They're obviously, they did not threaten the terrorists. Why did the terrorists have to kidnap these children? And Yossi hopes that the 180 Israelis still left in Hamas will be returning to Israel soon. And it reads here, Eduyot kashot me'ashevi, difficult accounts, first-hand difficult accounts from what they went through in a captivity. And officials said that there's a big difference between the conditions that every hostage was kept in captivity. Some say that they were taken care of reasonably, and others say that they went through violence and abuse. And we can expect that as the days go by and more are released, we'll hear more and more stories about what they went through in captivity. And here's another testimony from one of the hostages that was released on Saturday, Hila Rotem. Hila Rotem was separated from her mother. But her family says that what Hila is saying, that in captivity they were strict, they were demanded to speak quietly in a whispering voice. And till today she's still speaking very quietly, even at home. And Hila also says that her mother was separated from her just a day, or she was separated from her mother one day before she was released. And the Hamas terrorists told her, don't worry, you'll see your mom in a day or two. Now this is in contrast of what Hamas says, that he doesn't know where the mother is, he doesn't know where the other hostages are, all these kinds of stories. But Hila said that she was with her mother just a day before she was released. And this was a violation of the agreement, because the agreement between Israel and Hamas is that children and mothers are not separated. And here she was separated a day before her release. This was very much intentional. And there are more moving personal stories. Israel is bringing hours and hours of personal stories every evening of the hostages being released. These stories may or may not be broadcasted and reported by media in your country. So please continue to follow us on All Israel News as we bring you the Hebrew news translated into English directly to you. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel. This is Rotem Magen for All Israel News.